I'm having a bit of a tea break here in the polytunnel as I'm preparing anything that's tender, that's in pots, for coming into the house for the winter. So things will either be potted on or trimmed back, depending on what they are. And the plants that I'm bringing into the house are the house plants that come outside for the summer and autumn for a bit of a holiday, and chilies and Santipelargoniums, and also some lemongrass that I overwinter in small pots in the house for an early start next year. The rest of the lemongrass is in the ground and it probably won't survive the winter time. I'm going to give it a cloche and see what happens, but it didn't used to in Somerset, so I'm not holding out much hope. Anyway, I thought I'd make a short video just explaining why I've not made a YouTube video for months, even though I'd planned to. I even had lists of all the different things I was going to share with you. Didn't quite happen for a few reasons, and I'll start with the happier reasons. I work as a garden and food writer, and I also teach gardening and homesteading skills, and I give talks and workshops all over the place, and I write for magazines. There's me on the cover of November issue, Kitchen Garden magazine, and it's been really busy. I'm lucky to say I've had lots of work, and that's great. And one of the main things I've been doing just now, pop that down, is this, which is my next book, and it's now available for pre-order. It's been a wonderful time writing this book. I am so pleased with it, and I can't wait for it to be published. And it's published in America on March the 24th next year. There'll be an American edition. It's all in American English, and in the UK, in English, in March on the 26th. So a little while to wait yet, but the photography is by Jason Ingram, and it looks beautiful. His photographs are gorgeous, and it's been a really, really busy time getting the book ready. So there's the writing, the photography, and then all the edits, and which are necessary. It means that you get a really good book that's been well edited, but it takes a lot of time. So this is one of the reasons that I've been really, really busy. The sad reason is because one of my dearest friends, Sarah Venn, was incredibly ill with cancer and sadly died in June. So it was just, she'd been suffering for so long. It was horrible, horrible cancer. And obviously her death has knocked everyone who knew her, and even people who didn't know her, because she had such a huge impact. Incredible activist, hard working for community gardens. And I don't think anything prepares you for how you feel. It's a strange feeling, because obviously you've got the grief, but also there's a feeling of guilt, because not that it's obviously not our fault that she was so ill, but you feel so bad that you couldn't do anything to help with the suffering or save her from dying of such a horrible disease. And I just needed some time to process it, really. And so I focused on anything that had an absolute deadline that I had to do. So, you know, my work, because if I don't work, sole income here, then there'll be no house for me to live in. I have to pay all the bills. And obviously the book, so I could focus on those things. But anything that wasn't an actual deadline, I gave myself a bit of a break so I could mope about and process everything that has happened and try to come to terms with it, really. She was incredibly supportive of me. A few years ago, I went through the most horrific time. You know, those lists of things where it's like major life occurrences, and I had 6 or more, all within a short space of time, and it went on then for ages, kind of dragged out, and Sarah was always there for me. She was incredibly supportive. And also, you know, we chatted every week and put the world to rights. So it is incredibly hard to think that she's gone. And you think about all the things that would make her go, you know, like really shocked, or good bit of gossip, or the kind of things we'd chat about, things that would make her very indignant. And I still think of those, and then I haven't got the person, Sarah, to tell them to. So I'm saving up, like, oh, I must tell, oh no, I can't. So yeah, it's definite needing a time to process. I mean, I don't know if you ever really come to terms with anybody that you were close to dying, but that's why, anyway, I've been working really hard on the book Happy News, and also needing to come to terms with the very sad death of an absolutely incredible person. Going back to happier things, because Sarah would not want me making videos moping about, I am looking forward to sharing the book with you, and now that it's signed off, and there's no more editing, it's getting into the promotion thing, but it does mean I've got a bit more time in my working week, so I'll be able to make more videos and share with you some of the projects I'm doing here this winter, which I do really enjoy doing these videos. It's nice. It's a nice record for me, and also it is nice to connect with all of you through gardening and homesteading skills and things like that. I better get on now with all this potting. It's not going to do itself, and even though the sky is blue and the sun is shining and it's gorgeous, before we know it, the day is over. That's the thing with November, you just get going and then, oh, it's dark again. So there's such a small amount of time to get things done, and I need to get this job done because the forecast is for some cold weather, which we absolutely need. Nature needs that time of dormancy, and some plants are behaving as though it's spring. I've got things coming into flower in the garden that really should not be. So cold weather will knock everything back, will tell it is November, it's time to go to sleep for the winter, and then everything can rest and recuperate.